What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. You know, first of all, it's a Thursday here, so I'm recording this video on Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys are having a happy Thanksgiving, enjoying it with your friends and family and all that good stuff, eating a lot of stuff and taking naps throughout the day. I recorded a video, I believe it was either yesterday or the day before, a video that'll be coming out soon on the channel between myself, Dan the Card Man, and Rahul from AIH Sports. Great conversation I had with those guys. That'll be out over the weekend or maybe early next week. Just a great conversation I have with those guys. And at the end of it, we kind of talked about this one situation that popped up here recently where a couple of glaring issues that we have going on here. And there's been a couple of folks. Dan did a great video covering it. And so I'll link all that stuff so you guys can go check it out. But I think one of the big things that I want to talk about in this particular situation, the debate right now is who's wrong, who's right in this situation. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a Ja'Marr Chase cubic that was graded here recently. Graded by SGC, and the card was in really bad shape. It's a brand new card, but here, let me see. I want to make sure that we give the proper folks credit. Shout out to JMax Sports Cards. I'll put his information down below, his original video where he did it. And then Sports Card Nonsense on Facebook, where a lot of this originated. So here it is. This is a 2021 Donruss. This is an out of this world Ja'Marr Chase cubic. I believe these are numbered to 50, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, number 22 out of 50. A relatively brand new card, ultra, what you would consider ultra modern. Got a got a SGC 4. Now, the question is why a SGC 4 if this was a relatively modern card? I mean, 4s are usually reserved for vintage with, really bad cornering and really off centering and things like that. Well, the reason why this one's so bad is because this out of this world print right here is about a half an inch off. It should be a little more up here. And you can tell because it says Ja'Marr Chase right above Cincinnati Bengals, and this Donruss logo should be where this black void is. Okay. So this card is misstamped, completely off-centered, completely misprinted. And it's because of that it received an SGC 4. Okay, so this got a SGC 4, 8 to 15 or better centering. So that's where you got this. That is just horrible. So this 8 to 14 centering clearly. So in my opinion, based on their grading scales, they got this correct. I'll pop that up right here. 8 to 15 or better centering. 85 to 15. Okay, so this one is grossly off-centered. Just go pull one up. Actually, you know what? I'll pull one up real quick. But here we go. This is what it's supposed to look like, right? Out of this world is supposed to be right over the top of his head, okay? The Ja'Marr Chase right above the Cincinnati. I mean, you could just, I don't need to drive this point home any further. This was a badly printed card. Now, there's an element here that we need to talk about Panini, right? Where how do you miscut something this bad? Once again, this whole situation about Panini cranking out cards at a rate that they are completely missing out on quality. Quality is out the window. It's all about volume when it comes to Panini. Okay. The back of it, I believe, was relatively nothing really wrong with the back of it, but it was the front. And what concerns me about this is that these are printed in massive sheets. You guys, if they're big master sheets that ultimately get cut down into cards, and if you're not going to have just one off like this, there's going to be a whole. I would imagine that if you were to look for any other player that's in this checklist, number 22 of 50, you're gonna find the same situation because it's a whole sheet of these things. At any rate, what we're talking about here is it got a 4, rightfully so. SGC gave it a 4. This person cracked it, sent it to PSA, and PSA gave it a 9. A 9. A 9. PSA clearly screwed up on this. They clearly screwed up on this. And the question really is, this is the same card. I mean, you can see the line going across Jamar Chase's eye. It's the exact same card. J-Max Sports Cards did a good job of showing the back of it as well because the number is the same, number 22 out of 50. But it just really speaks volumes to the level of inconsistency in grading over at PSA. And I don't really know what else needs to be seen from PSA for people to understand that they are not the number one grading company in the hobby. They're just not. Their customer service has gotten better. Everything has gotten better other than what they're meant to be doing, which is grading cards. That has gotten worse. They're unreliable as a subject matter expert resource and determining the condition of your card. They simply cannot do it accurately. They just can't. This is clear evidence that it's not happening. The people that they have over there are not trained properly. Once again, they're in the same situation that Panini is in. It's quality over quantity. Or sorry, quantity over quality. They're just cranking them out. They're just getting them out of there. Give it a 9. Give it a 9. Just give it a 9. Let's go. Let's go. Give me the next one. Let's go. What is this? Let's go. Give it a 9. 9. You know what? I gave too many 9s. Give them a 10. Let's go. Let's go. Crank, crank, crank. Obviously, I'm being dramatic, but you get my point. I don't know how else to drive this home. Both Panini and PSA right now. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Panini because they're the only ones that have license to make product until Fanatics comes around. And then we'll see what they do with the licenses and stuff. SGC is just where it's at. And, you guys can say that I'm biased. You guys can say all these things about me in terms of my opinion on this. But it's clear. It's clear that PSA is not where you want to send your cards if you're looking for an accurate grade. Now, stay tuned, folks. Because the next thing I'm going to start picking on is this whole idea that PSA is just head and shoulders above SGC when it comes to resale value. And I know y'all love picking me on about that one. But the resale. Okay. All right. The resale. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I just don't know, some people might think of this as me being negative, posting negativity, but this isn't negative. This isn't negative. This is bringing to light some issues that completely go against the general consensus of the hobby. And the general consensus of the hobby is that PSA is the number one grading company, and they're simply not. They're simply not. Now, Panini, like I said, unfortunately we're stuck with, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments, because I'm really curious about this. Because I know PSA likes to give leeway to certain sets and things like that when it comes to this kind of thing. If all of the Jamar Chase cubics to 50 look like this because they all got printed badly, then I can see where you would grant some leeway. but not leeway to the point that you're still calling it a mint card, because it's clearly not mint. It's grotesquely off-centered, badly misprinted. Thank you guys for watching, as always. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. A lot of good content coming out this week, so stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Leave me a comment, send me an email. All my contact information is in the description below. Check out the Card Hedge podcast. Drops every Saturday. Check out Collect 3D Prints. He got some more cool stuff coming out. And visit cardcapsule.us. Love y'all. Peace.